The truth is, you don't have a life, you are life. The past has no power over the present moment. Realize deeply that the present moment is all you will ever have. All problems are illusions of the mind. Awareness is the greatest agent for change. The primary cause of unhappiness is never the situation but your thoughts about it. It is not uncommon for people to spend their whole life waiting to start living. Accept, then act. Whatever the present moment contains, accept it as if you had chosen it. Being must be felt. It can't be thought. Some changes look negative on the surface, but you will soon realize that space is being created in your life for something new to emerge. Worry pretends to be necessary but serves no useful purpose. Sometimes letting things go is an act of far greater power than defending or hanging on. Non-resistance is the key to the greatest power in the universe. Life will give you whatever experience is most helpful for the evolution of your consciousness. To love is to recognize yourself in another. Acknowledging the good that you already have in your life is the foundation for all abundance. You are here to enable the divine purpose of the universe to unfold. That is how important you are. Become conscious of being conscious. Pleasure is always derived from something outside you, whereas joy arises from within. Doing is never enough if you neglect being. Don't let a mad world tell you that success is anything other than a successful present moment. As long as you make an identity for yourself out of pain, you cannot be free of it. Life is the dancer and you are the dance. All the things that truly matter, beauty, love, creativity, joy and inner peace arise from beyond the mind. Words reduce reality to something the human mind can grasp, which isn't very much. Eckhart Tolle. When you complain, you make yourself a victim. Leave the situation, change the situation, or accept it. All else is madness. Wherever you are, be there totally. Instead of fighting the darkness, you bring in the light. You can only lose something that you have, but you cannot lose something that you are. Time isn't precious at all, because it is an illusion. The power for creating a better future is contained in the present moment. You create a good future by creating a good present. In today's rush, we all think too much, seek too much, want too much, and forget about the joy of just being. Become an alchemist. Transmute base metal into gold, suffering into consciousness, disaster into enlightenment. The present moment holds the key to liberation. But you cannot find the present moment as long as you are your mind. Die before you die and find that there is no death. True happiness is found in simple, seemingly unremarkable things. Stillness is the only thing in this world that has no form. But then, it is not really a thing, and it is not of this world. The awakening of consciousness is the next evolutionary step for mankind. Death is a stripping away of all that is not you. The secret of life is to die before you die, and find that there is no death. Be at least as interested in what goes on inside you as what happens outside. If you get the inside right, the outside will fall into place. All true artists, whether they know it or not, create from a place of no mind, from inner stillness. Awareness of the inner body is consciousness remembering its origin and returning to the source. Facing facts is always empowering. So do not be concerned with the fruit of your action, just give attention to the action itself. The fruit will come of its own accord. You are not a problem that needs solving. If you completely accept something, it changes. If you completely accept it, it shifts. On a deeper level, you are already complete. When you realize that, there is a joyous energy behind what you do. Being spiritual has nothing to do with what you believe and everything to do with your state of consciousness. To offer no resistance to life is to be in a state of grace, ease, and lightness. Learn from nature. See how everything gets accomplished and how the miracle of life unfolds without dissatisfaction or unhappiness. True salvation is freedom from negativity, and above all from past and future as a psychological need. For the ego to survive, it must make time, past and future, more important than the present moment. Thinking without awareness is the main dilemma of human existence. The more you live in the present moment, the more the fear of death disappears. Not to be able to stop thinking is an affliction, but we don't realize this because almost everybody is suffering from it. Presence is a state of inner spaciousness, Eckhart Tolle. Emotion arises at the place where mind and body meet. It is the body's reaction to your mind, or you might say, a reflection of your mind in the body. When you are not honoring the present moment by allowing it to be, you are creating drama. The ego is a false sense based on mental concepts. It is identification with the body and the mind, primarily identification with thought form. A culture that denies death inevitably becomes shallow and superficial, concerned only with the external form of things. When death is denied, life loses its depth. When you live in surrender, something comes through you into the world of duality that is not of this world. Failures lies concealed in every success, in every failure. You can have religion with spirituality. You can also have religion without spirituality. When there's a teacher who embodies presence, then it seems to come for a while through that opening. The teacher is an opening to presence. It is through gratitude for the present moment that the spiritual dimension of life opens up. Life is an adventure, it's not a package tour. When the dog looks at you, the dog is not thinking what kind of a person you are. The dog is not judging you. Always say yes to the present moment. Surrender to what is. Say yes to life, and see how life starts suddenly to start working for you rather than against you. Realize deeply that the present moment is all you ever have. Make the now the primary focus of your life. Being at ease with not knowing is crucial for answers to come to you. Discontent, blaming, complaining, self-pity cannot serve as a foundation for a good future, no matter how much effort you make. I'm grateful for always this moment, the now, no matter what form it takes. If small things have the power to disturb you, then who you think you are is exactly that, small. You are the universe, you aren't in the universe. People don't realize that now is all there ever is. There is no past or future except as memory or anticipation in your mind. To realize that you are not your thoughts is when you begin to awaken spiritually. What a liberation to realize that the voice in my head is not who I am. Who am I, then? The one who sees that. We should purify our innate well of contentment, what a wonderful expression, and then external things will be in harmony with us. If you are not living this moment, you are not really living. Power over others is weakness disguised as strength. You can always cope with the present moment, but you cannot cope with something that is only a mind projection. You cannot cope with the future. Thought can be so seductive and hypnotic that it absorbs your attention totally, so you become your thoughts. Thinking fragments reality, it cuts it up into conceptual bits and pieces. Many people identify their sense of self with the problems they have, or think they have. If there are people you haven't forgiven, you're not going to really awaken. You have to let go. Even the most seemingly unpleasant situations, if you become aligned with it, something good will emerge from that. If you live only in one culture for the first 20 years of your life, you become conditioned without knowing it. There's not some idea I'm going to create a work that's going to change everybody's consciousness. The soul is one of the words you can use to talk about your innermost being, the essence of who you are. Anything that you resent and strongly react to in another is also in you. Whatever you fight, you strengthen, and what you resist, persists. Death is a stripping away of all that is not you. The secret of life is to die before you die, and find that there is no death. The ego wants to want more than it wants to have. In the eyes of the ego, self-esteem and humility are contradictory. In truth, they are one and the same. Living up to an image that you have of yourself or that other people have of you is inauthentic living. What a caterpillar calls the end of the world we call a butterfly. The significance is hiding in the insignificant. Appreciate everything. Love is a state of being. Your love is not outside, it is deep within you. You can never lose it, and it cannot leave you. Where there is anger, there is always pain underneath. You find peace not by rearranging the circumstances of your life, but by realizing who you are at the deepest level. Subscribe my channel for more videos. And if you liked my video, then give a thumb up and share my video.